Hey Cancer, Happy New Year, Happy 2020. I took a short hiatus, but I wanted to come into the new year giving an outlook reading for each of the signs. So we're going to be focused on 3 areas of your life. This is for Cancer's Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. At the end of the reading, I am going to read you from the booklet. And so this is an animal spirit that you could potentially choose to work with for this coming year to help you navigate any challenges or obstacles that you may face. This first row, we're going to look at what your general theme is for the year, the energies, the general energies that are at play in your life, that will be at play in your life. This middle row is going to be focused in on work and career. And this last row will be focused in on love and relationship themes for the year of 2020. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's take a look. So we have the Tower. We have the Fool. Wow. And we have the Hermit. Cancer. Well, it looks like this is going to be quite the year of new for you. You are really going to go through some significant change, and you will probably, as a result of that, these 2 energies, you will likely need to take yourself on a little spiritual journey, do a little internal work, pull yourself away possibly from any relationships, just spend a lot of time at home, maybe a lot of time reading and contemplating and trying to understand what it is that you want to do next, how you want to progress going forward. These are 3 major arcana that came up as your general theme for the year. So this is a big effing deal. Cancer, for those of you where this is resonating, this is going to be a very significant turning point in the trajectory of your life, right? This is a game changer. This is game-changing energy, and it is going to put you in a situation, probably voluntarily, whether or not the shakeup is voluntary or not, most likely you will voluntarily put yourself in this hermit type of energy where you really need to take some time to reflect on how did I get here and where am I going to go now, because you're going to be starting from a fresh new place. This is a fresh new footing, right? You have whatever was before will be gone, and now you have a whole new course that you can navigate. I think that's absolutely beautiful for an overall theme for the year. Might it be difficult for some of you depending on what this Tower is? Sure, right? Tower moments are often very unexpected. They're very sudden, and for most of us they come as it's because it's they're usually so shocking. It's generally not something that we think about as positive, but we could in some instances, right? And it's just going to depend on your circumstance. It's going to depend on what's going on in your life as to how hard this transition is going to be, because this is quite the transition, right? Going from the ultimate shakeup, breakdown, to I'm starting brand spanking new, I don't even have shoes on my feet type of energy, right? And understandably, that is going to put you in a place where you need to kind of go inside for a while and do some internal work. Okay, so that's pretty huge, Cancer. Way to kick off a reading. That's pretty good. Okay, so for those of you where this is a struggle, I'm not giggling. I'm not trying to be insensitive. For those of you who are already know that this is coming or have already experienced this Tower, I am sensitive to the fact that for some of you, you may be in a very difficult emotional situation right now. You may be in a very difficult situation on various levels, and so this is very powerful energy. When we're in the middle of the Tower, when we're in the middle of a Tower moment, or if we've just experienced a Tower moment, we often, it's often like, oh my God, am I really having to deal with this? Is this really happening? It becomes so overwhelming. And then with some time and some perspective, we often can get to a place where we see these Tower moments as, my life wouldn't be the same if I hadn't gone through this. I wouldn't have all of these new opportunities if I hadn't gone through this. I wouldn't have had the motivation to do this deep diving, soul searching work if I hadn't gone through this tower moment. And that, excuse me, will often come with a little bit of time, a little bit of healing, and a little bit of perspective, right? So if you're in the thick of things right now, breathe, right? Breathe. Maybe try to find this place. Find avenues to help you get here. Meditation, yoga, therapy, whatever is helpful for you. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at your work and career. Page of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Wheel. Okay, well, it looks like you are going to have some new opportunities in the area of work and career. You may find that you are going back to school or that you're going to get some training or some certification. You may meet some people. You may be doing this training and this work with a group of people. Possibly your current coworkers, possibly new people that you end up meeting during the training that you actually really connect with, and you end up developing some kind of trusted relationship. Maybe it's a business relationship, but this card for me is trust. These are trusted relationships. So there's an opportunity here through work, maybe through training, maybe through whatever the case may be, that you really start to bond and meet, new people. Or if it's existing people, you start to see them in a new light, and you guys really start to become more than just coworkers. You actually start to become friends. And this is definitely, again, these two energies. This is new opportunity. This is change. So we'll see what we get down here with the relationship sector of your life. But a tower moment could involve multiple things. So it looks like you're definitely going to have some change in the work area. For some of you, the change will be more gentle, like needing to get a certification, wanting to get a certification, needing to go back to school, wanting to go back to school, right? That's more gentle change. For others of you, this could be tied, if it is more closely tied to this tower moment, from a harder, right? So there's like an easy aspect to this, which is now to keep your job, you have to do this training, right? The harder aspect is I got laid off, and because my industry has gone in the direction that it's gone, I now have to do X, Y, and Z. I have to network more. I have to get some training. I have to get some certifications. And you were forced to change that way. But for me, this row really signals change for the better. It may be a pain while you're going through it, and there may be some uncertainty tied to this. But these three cards look really positive to me. This shift, this change here, whichever basket you fall in, the easier aspect or maybe the tougher aspect, in the end it looks like it's going to be a positive thing. Can I get anything else from this? All right, let's take a look and see what this relationship sector looks like and see if it... So we've got the Magician. We have the King of Coins. And we have the Two of Staves or the Two of Wands. I'm sorry about the silence. I am having a bit of a challenge here with this Magician card. Let me get a couple clarifiers for the Magician, please. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The cards are just flying out. I'm going to take What clarification can we get for this magic card for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please? Okay, the Page of Wands. Let's see if we can put that here. The Three of Swords. Yeah, dang it. That's kind of what I was afraid of. And the Magician in reverse. I didn't want to say anything until I got clarification, but I was getting that Cancer, you may find yourself in 2020 if you haven't already had these thoughts or this realization where some, so we're talking about relationships, so some kind of contractual agreement, right? It doesn't have to be written. Any type of relationship, whether it's love or business or whatever, is a contract of sorts. Some of our contracts are verbal, other are, on paper, legal type of thing. But what I'm seeing here is that you may find yourself in a position where someone is maybe not being fully faithful from the and that doesn't necessarily mean cheating, although it could, but faithful from the standpoint of holding up their end of the bargain, right? So when you embarked on this relationship with this person, there were certain set of expectations, and sometimes there are assumptions because we don't always do the best job talking about what it is that we want, communicating that. And so then we end up getting really disappointed, right? And we might feel betrayed. And so that could be an actual betrayal, where it's a valid betrayal. These cards could also signify that because of a lack of communication, appropriate communication, there were misunderstandings that led to this disappointment and this perceived betrayal. And I'm using betrayal loosely, right? It couldn't, because this is a general reading. So a betrayal could be an actual physical cheating event, but a betrayal could also be like being emotionally unavailable or not holding up what you thought the bargain was or what you thought the relationship was supposed to look and be and feel like, anything like that, right? So betrayal kind of in general, somebody or maybe both parties were not happy with the outcome. And it's very likely tied to communication, very likely tied to a lack of appropriate communication and setting clear intentions and direction for the relationship. That's what I'm getting with this Two of Staves, right? Because the King of Coins is a very stable energy, could also be a very stubborn energy. So there's a possibility here, Cancer, in this relationship where somebody wasn't willing to budge. Somebody wasn't willing to maybe acknowledge and work through. They were kind of set in their ways and they maybe didn't want to try or to do things differently. Maybe they didn't really see the value in communicating. And so the relationship ended up taking this kind of turn. Or, if it hasn't happened, it will. So this is either, you could be ahead of this energy or you could be coming into this energy. If this is resonating for you, if this message is for you, this will be resonating because you'll already sense this, even if it really hasn't necessarily fully blossomed yet, this realization that I just described, and this kind of heavy feeling of maybe betrayal hasn't transpired yet. You probably are starting to see inklings of it, or you probably have had some ideas of it already. And so this is something to kind of be mindful of for this coming year, for 2020, is if you do find yourself having these thoughts in this type of situation, for me here, the key is communicating and setting clear direction and goals for what the relationship is supposed to look and feel like, so that the relationship can be on some kind of stable footing, right? And if there is one of you in a kind of a more stuck, stubborn energy, that's something that needs to be looked at and discussed, right? Otherwise, this card could represent getting the relationship to a more stable place. It looks like that opportunity exists, right? With this King of Coins, some stability looks like it can exist. Again, I think the trick is the communication and setting clear goal and direction for the relationship, which may not exist at this point in time. Okay? For those of you that are not in a relationship, this year of 2020 is a year where you will probably be focusing in on finding a very stable type of relationship where you have maybe done some work on picking the type of person that you want to be with, picking it like in your mind, right? Like getting clear in your mind about the type of person. And so you've already maybe put some intention out into the world. You've already kind of put some thoughts. Maybe you journal and you've been putting some ideas to paper in terms of what you're trying to pull in, the type of person you're trying to have and to be with. And so, yeah, this manifesting energy. So I think this magic card, this magician card supports that, where those of you that are looking for a relationship, I think you've gotten pretty clear. And you're probably working on how you can make this happen, how you can manifest this, how you can bring this energy in. And if you're in the process of trying to work the how out, for me, the how is about getting really clear about what it is that you want and then putting that energy out into the world. And journaling is a beautiful tool for that. For those of you that have ever used sigils, you can try that. They work really well when it forces us to get super clear about what it is that we're trying to draw in and create. Yeah. So for those of you that are looking for a relationship, I think the key here for you for 2020 is, in order to kind of manifest this, in order to bring this in, you've probably already started to do the work. If you haven't, and you've been floundering on how, the idea here is get really clear about what it is that you want, because I think you're looking for something that's really stable and real. You're not looking to have some fun like the Knight of Wands would suggest, right? You're actually looking for something real and stable. You probably want to get married. You probably want to settle down. Okay, so let's take a look at your animal spirit message for the year that you could work with. This is dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. And I'm going to read to you from the booklet so you can carry this message with you and use it throughout your year to help you navigate any of the things that we talked about. The oracle message is, dog spirit appears to remind you that although change is a part of life and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are loved now and can trust that this higher love is true. Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms now, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. Dog spirit also says to be true to that which you love, for now is a good time of fortune. Be steady as you recognize that people and things are always transforming. Your heart is loving and true, and dog spirit wants you to know that your steadfast commitment to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love. You deserve all of it. Have faith in Spirit's plan for you. Manifesting love. Absolutely. Loyalty to people and situations. Oh, I want to read you the protection message, but I forgot to point that out. I was just going to keep reading. So the protection message is intended for reversals. I'm not using reversals at all today, except for in this clarifying deck. So I do want to read you the protection message in the event that it would be helpful and resonate for you for this year, all right? So the protection message is loyalty to people and situations can turn into attachment and results in stagnation, enmeshment, and the loss of integrity. Do you fear what will happen if you let a relationship evolve? Interesting. We talked about that here with the stuck energy. Are you afraid that asking for a situation to change will make others see you as disloyal? Trust that when dog spirit appears, you are meant to accept the turning of the wheel of life and the changing of fortunes. Holy mackerel, that's so interesting. If you feel you are being betrayed or are growing apart from someone, let dog spirit reconnect you with your commitment to love in all its forms. I think that resonates so beautifully for this relationship piece. Perhaps a relationship is meant to evolve. Perhaps you are meant to evolve too, so that you can experience the growth for which your soul yearns. This is all about evolution, y'all. It's amazing. Your greatest loyalty is to love, so be open to all its many guises, including self-love. You deserve the best, and that is what Spirit wants for you. Okay, that was an amazing reading, and I hope that you find that helpful to navigate your coming year, and I will see you soon, Cancer. Take care. Bye-bye.